their defensive line being very good. So any different problems than normal that they present, or?
You know, they're a little different up front because, you know, first of all, I think their two defensive ends are two of the best in the league. Them and Baylor probably have two of the best sets of D ends. They play really, really hard. And, you know, that's, you know, for us, it makes me feel a little bit better because that's the best part of our offensive line is our tackles. So we held up pretty good against Baylor. You know, so it's a challenge. You know, those guys are both being seniors. They like challenges and they accept challenges. And I know they're going to work really hard. They're going to step up. But they do have a really good D ends. And their inside guys are real heavy. You know, really heavy and hard to move. Do a great job at pad level. You know, nobody's really just come up and knocked them off the ball, which obviously that's not our forte. So, you know, they do present some issues for us inside. The good thing is, first time since maybe game one that we've seen a straight even front and not had a redshirt senior over the top of my center. You know, he's had a tough 5-week go here where every week we've had a nose guard that's probably either going to get drafted or be a guy that gets in a camp right over the top of him. So that's definitely going to be something, you know, that's going to be different for us this week.
What was working against Texas Tech that you put up almost 500 yards?
Well, obviously we were throwing the ball well. Obviously we were throwing the ball well. You know, moved the ball from 20 to 20 better than we've moved it all year long. Protected well. We had 1 sack, but when it came down to inside the 20, it was just critical areas. You know, whether it was missing a blitz, you know, giving pressure right there on one of them, or dropping a ball, or receiver running the wrong route, was just we got inside the 20 and just couldn't get it done down there and score the points. We knew we needed to score touchdowns because we got down quick, so we were trying to forego the field goals to get some points, but really just the throw game was really on, and we were protected well up front.
For the uninitiated, you know, why can a unit struggle so much creating run blocking but be so good in pass protection?
Well, it just comes back really to pure strength. I mean, that's what, you know, that's to move other people. You know, it takes a lot more power to move people around than it does to stop them, to slow them down. So, you know, we got good feet and we move well. So we run the outside zone decent, and we pass pro pretty good. But it's just, you know, to get in there and move people, you got to have that kind of power to get people moving around. You can't just have it in 3 spots. You got to have it. You know, every position's got to be able to do that. So that's really the biggest thing, is just having that power to move folks around.
Unfortunately, that comes in January and February for you.
Yeah, exactly. It does, and it comes in, you know, a lot of different phases. So, you know, it comes with some age. It comes with having some older guys that have been in the program for a while. And you know, you look at K-State. They do a great job running the ball. They got 5 redshirt seniors on the O-line. You know, those guys have been working together for a while, and they're big physical kids. It's been in the strength and conditioning program for 5 years, and you know, that's what we're trying to get to, is those guys, and not plugging and playing people as much as we want to have guys that grow into the position. You know, that's when you become a dominant O-line.
The running plays that you did call were the hats on hats the way they should be, or were there?
Yeah, we actually had several of them. We had several blocked up really well. We threw the screen several times. We had the stretch play blocked up really well. You know, I think there was 3 runs we had where we had hats on hats, and they undercut us a couple times on the stretch play and got us on the line of scrimmage or in the backfield. But other than that, we fit them up pretty good. It's just, you know, it's not something that we're majoring in right now. You know, we know what our strengths and weaknesses are. We're trying to play to our strengths.
There's so much youth, and not just up front offensively, but wide receiver. How much do you dial back your playbook?
Well, you just try to be, you know, you want to be a little different every week. You know, I don't think we can go out there and just run the same stuff and move the ball doing that. So you try to be different, but you try to just make sure that you get it done early and make sure you get it practiced on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and walk through on Friday, Saturday, and where they know they got confidence in what they're doing. So you can't just be simple and do the same stuff. So you just got to be really careful in what you add and how you add it. And, you know, it's more about moving them around and trying to get them to run the same routes, but move them around to different spots.
Hey, Matt, the draw play on the first drive in the red zone, I think they just overloaded you guys maybe?
Yeah, it was zero coverage, and we were supposed to throw the screen out there, so we got outnumbered in there. We got outnumbered pretty quick. They brought more than we could handle. I'd like to have just at least, the screen, they had man out there, and it was gonna be a catch tackle probably, but in that situation, that would have been our best option.
Yeah, when you're almost handing it off to the
I know,
tackle.
they almost took it from us. We were hats on hats, but we didn't exactly win,
Too many hats.
Yes, too many hats.
Hey Matt, when you guys run that tunnel screen, I guess, the one outside
Yes.
when you flood your offensive lineman out, that seems so difficult for big guys out in space trying to get smaller guys who are moving. You try to block people, but is it just maybe get in the way and create a lane?
That's
Trying to
exactly
move
what it's,
people?
used to on that play, you could get out there and throw on people, and they'd get out, you go out there and throw and try to cut them, but with the new rules having to be 10 and 2, you don't wanna take a chance on getting a 15-yarder, so you get them out there and actually try to turn them into basketball players a little bit, they gotta understand where do I break down and when do I get my hands up, and if I get my hands on them, it's great, but most of the good linebackers in this league, you just try to make them stop their feet and run around you, and then if you get the receiver to get vertical after he catches it. We had that one fit up real well, and the nose guard just decided not to rush. That's always an issue when one of those guys decides not to rush and you're bringing the ball right back inside. So he was kind of a big body we had to avoid, so Sam ended up taking it flat. It's usually not a good play when he gets that flat all the way across the field with a linebacker speed and safety speed to catch him while you're running sideways,
It looked like their middle linebacker could run. There were some instances, it looked like you had something, and he was able to make a play.
Yeah, he was a really good player. Number one's a really good player. And does he lead the league in tackles? He was right there at it, I know, and he does a really good job. He's going to be a really good player.
Matt, for sake of argument, I'll bring out my argumentative side. You say you like to change every week. Would it not be better to get 4 or 5 plays that you run and run and run?
The plays don't really change. It's where we line them up, and that's the big thing. Is you can't let them just dial in on like, hey, when this guy lines up here, here, and here, this is what you expect, and they get really good at getting, recognizing that. You're running the same plays, you're running the same route, you're blocking the same scheme. It's just we're lining people up in different spots, just so the defense can't just straight dial in and anticipate what you're going to do. So that's what we're trying to do. We're not really changing and having to teach everything new. We really try to stay away from that and have them doing the same thing over and over. It's just maybe, maybe you were the outside receiver before, now you're going to line up inside. Maybe we did it out of trips, now we're going to bunch it up. Maybe it was 2 back, now we're going to do it out of 1 back. So you're just trying to keep them from defensively being able to say, hey, I know this formation, I know what they're going to do. So it's not really teaching new stuff, it's just teaching alignment. It's pretty easy to teach alignment.
Teaching, James played, I think, right guard the whole
Yes,
game.
yes, he did.
How did that sort of come about? I know you like having right side guys and left side guys, so.
Yeah, well, with Barrett down, I had to have another right side guy, and he was playing really well, and Mike was playing really well behind him. They were splitting the reps the past several games, so I just moved Committer, to the right side and let Mike stay on the left. And Mike played really well. Mike had a really good game. Committer played not as good as he has been, but when you switch sides of the ball, it's a little tough, especially when you've been a defensive lineman your whole career. So that was the reason for that change.
Are you optimistic about Chase being able, I know he warmed up.
Yeah, I'm optimistic. He just didn't feel 100%. Kind of like Chandler, I don't ever want to put a guy in. He was there for reserve. If we needed him, would have played him. He just didn't feel like he could give the team, 100%. And I felt better about putting Committer over there if Chase wasn't going to be able to go 100%. But after a week of rest, I think he's gonna be better this week. So we'll have a little different lineup.
Hey Matt, what does the in-season conditioning look for the guys you're trying to develop in the background? Are they doing more lifting? Are they more focused on getting bigger? And
Oh yeah, we have a developmental program. Those guys they're still they're doing off-season lifts. They lift a couple days a week in the morning, a couple days a week in the afternoon. So they're still 4 or 5 days a week. They're hitting it really hard. So these young guys, we had Monday Night Football last night, and it was it's always fun to watch those guys this time of year. They're getting a little bit better and getting a little bit better. So we're developing some younger guys, especially those 2 young tackles with Yates and Parker Moore. They're really starting to come along. So I'm looking forward to seeing those guys grow and add to what we have next year. Then the guys we can bring in mid-year, junior college, are going to be really big for us. So we're going we're gonna keep pressing this thing and keep trying to, keep trying to recruit and get better and better.
Are you at liberty to say just roughly a ballpark number you're looking to sign on the O-line?
I'm looking to sign 4. Looking to sign 4, and then, you know how it goes, could be 5.
Now, where are your quarterbacks right now in terms of either checking something off at the line on their own or running a check with me, going the line with 2 plays? Is that close to happening, still kind of far away?
That's really Coach Brown's area. He's not big on we'll give them some stuff and they'll look over the sideline and we'll make some decisions. But, we don't really give them not very often, maybe one time a game for something really easy to see. But we don't like to put that on those guys a whole lot.
Okay, thanks, Coach. Bye.
Appreciate it, guys.